Is it true that if dogs, those plants are poisonous to dogs, poinsettias? Is it true? Well, we're going to find out from Sophie. Not she's going to try it, but we're going to find out.
How cute is she? And she's probably a half a pound.
Yes. Speaking of half a pound, our own Jill Belland is also with us here. We're going to be chatting with her a little bit later on. She's doing some fundraising for a big event coming up on Sunday.
The Santa Shuffle. She's
Yes.
got the hat on. She's in the merry, merry mood. There's Christmas tunage playing.
We're going to be chatting with her in just a bit and also finding out about your pets. So when you're watching at home, everybody, I want you to be very aware that this dog could go at any moment. This is Sophie?
It is, yes. She's a Pomeranian, 2 years old.
That's a pretty small dog, isn't it?
Yep, she's a very small miniature Pomeranian.
But we brought her in because it's really important for people to know at the Christmas season there are things you need to be aware of. Now, the myth I've heard a lot is poinsettias are bad, poinsettias are bad. True or false?
They aren't as bad as most of the other Christmas type plants. Like amaryllis is extremely toxic compared to a poinsettia, and it will kill a dog. Same with lilies, they're very dangerous. But a poinsettia, the most danger it can cause to the pet is gastrointestinal upset, so things like vomiting and diarrhea. But definitely it's a much safer plant than a lot of the others.
And cats, the same thing?
Same thing with cats, absolutely.
Can you show the lily just so people know, in case they're not positive, what a lily looks like? That's it right there.
There's many different styles of lily. Some of them are the white lilies, and some are kind of like a tiger lily.
Yeah.
This one is a stargazer, and they're all deadly.
And I know from personal experience that it will kill a cat, so you have to be very careful for those sorts of plants. And dogs and cats can get into anything. Let's talk about the tree first. What about things like tinsel?
Tinsel is dangerous, and I'm actually quite surprised they still make it. Basically what happens when a human or a pet eats it, it will coil up and it can grasp onto one section of the intestine, and then it can loop down the rest of the intestine and grasp onto another section. And then what happens when the normal peristalsis motion occurs, like when the intestines move, it will sever the intestines with the sharp edges on the tinsel. Yes, and so it's not a good thing to have, and cats especially are attracted to it because it's dangly and stringy, and once a cat starts swallowing it, they cannot spit it up because the barbs in their tongue are backwards, and so they can't actually mechanically spit up long strings that is in their mouth.
Dangerous?
Very dangerous.
What about things like presents, wrapping paper, ribbons, those sorts of things?
Yes, ribbons are the same thing, and especially the ribbons that have the metal in them, like to make it kink and to make it turn. It will also damage the intestines very severely to the point of causing death. They do require surgery to remove those, either endoscopic surgery or surgery where you go right into the intestine and remove it right from the intestine itself.
You brought a pan over there, and this is an actual, it happened to you or it happened to people you
Yes, one of my clients actually has a dog that's very interested in any type of food that's left out, and the turkey roasting pan, it was an aluminum pan just like this one, was left out, and of course the dog smelled the turkey on it and ate the pan, and it really got trapped all in and amongst its teeth. And so it was causing severe decay to the teeth, to the point that we had to do huge procedures to repair those teeth, like fillings. And it could have rotted out those teeth, not to mention the gastrointestinal upset of injuring itself while that aluminum foil was in his stomach.
Now, I don't know if you've seen one of the greatest films of all time, Christmas Vacation, but in it, the cat came to an untimely end. Does that happen? Do animals chew on cords?
Absolutely, and what happens is most of the time they will survive if the owners catch them right away, but their mouth is huge. It has huge burns in it, and the flesh is just seared. It causes severe trauma, and often that prevents the cat from wanting to eat. So we'll have to put a special feeding tube into the cat to help improve its recovery. Yes, but also the electrical shock can kill a cat or a dog. It's dangerous.
This dog has got this. I really want to go and explore. Do you want it? This is a terrible floor for pet. There you go. And the dog bolts for freedom. Now let's talk about foods, because those are also potentially dangerous.
Yes.
I would have never thought macadamia nuts is an issue, but you say it can be.
Yes, they just realized a few months ago that macadamia nuts are toxic to dogs and cats. It can cause liver and kidney damage. Unlike in a human, it will definitely damage an animal like a dog or a cat when they eat it.
And what about things like Toblerone, those sorts of stuff?
Toblerone, dark chocolate is very dangerous. Milk chocolate is also dangerous, but dark chocolate's even worse because it has theobromine and caffeine in it, which are two stimulants that can really damage a dog as well injure their kidney function. So it will make the dog all hyper and stimulated, but it can also damage their kidneys.
Now, I know this stuff is horrible for humans. Is it also bad for pets?
A lot of people really love that stuff, and the people that don't will often offer it to their pet. But the problem is that they have a lot of brandy in it, like alcohol, as well as raisins. Raisins are deadly to animals as well.
They are?
Yes. Raisins and grapes can cause kidney failure.
Now, I want to talk about how you can get your picture taken with Santa, but before we do, let's talk quickly about sweeteners.
Artificial sweeteners like sorbitol, xylitol have been recently found to also be toxic to animals, and there has been numerous cases of death as well as gastrointestinal upset from dogs that are ingesting gum, like artificially sweetened gum, as well as the artificial sweeteners, even in baked goods that can cause
Good
damage.
to know. Now, I can always get more information while I'm bringing my pet in for a picture with Santa. I can ask the
Absolutely.
vet, explain what's going on.
Yes, this Sunday from 10 o'clock until 1 in the afternoon, December 7th, we're having our 4th annual Pet Pictures with Santa.
Yeah.
And we're collecting donations for the Meow Foundation. So it's always a big amount of fun for pets and their owners as well.
And Santa's good with the pets.
Santa loves pets. He is totally a pet person. Absolutely.
So, December the 7th, go down to
Yes.
Bow Bottom.
That's right.
You'll be there. You can also ask questions about safety for your pet, because it is important to know the things. You don't want your pet having a traumatic, or for that matter, the owner's having a traumatic holiday.
Absolutely.
1 o'clock, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I should say, down at Bow Bottom Veterinary Hospital. Dr. Julie, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Dave.
And look at that dog. Thanks so much, Sophie, for coming in, being part of our show. There. We're gonna go for a break. We'll be right back. We'll look at your traffic, and Dave will.